Hi, I'm Brittany, and in this video I'm going to talk about Mars in Taurus. So what is Mars? Mars is the planet of our energy, our drive, our sex drive, how we go after what we want, our energy that is kind of more selfish and looking after our own aims in life, and kind of how we go about asserting ourselves, and how we show anger. And Mars for women shows the type of man that they're sexually attracted to, and Mars for men shows the type of qualities that he feels he needs to be in order to attract a woman. So with Mars and Taurus, we have a real interesting mix here because we have Mars in Venus's sign, Taurus, and Mars in Taurus is actually in its detriment. So we can find some difficulties here when we have this placement. Some difficulties in our aggressive energy, and sometimes people with this placement are very friendly and nice, and they repress all of their desires. They repress all of their anger because they want to seem charming and nice and everything like that, but then they end up having like this resentment building up because they're not expressing their Mars energies, because they're kind of holding themselves back. So I've noticed with this placement, there's like an anger in these people that just explodes, because that's what we get with Taurus energy. It's something that's very repressed. You know, everything is okay, this is fine, I'm fine with being treated like this, I'm fine with the way my life is going, and then all of a sudden one day they just snap and they're really scary and really angry and maybe even a bit violent. Not to say that all people with Mars and Taurus are going to do this, but it is something likely. The way that they express their anger is not in little bursts every day that are just mild and quiet. It's by repressing it for a really long time and then letting it explode, which can be quite scary. So don't underestimate this placement. Just because they do have Mars in Venus's sign doesn't mean they're going to be friendly all the time, although it may seem like they're very friendly and easygoing. They can end up having a lot of built up anger and resentment over things. Because Taurus really is not the most easygoing of signs. We actually have a very purposeful, determined to get what we want sign here. So Mars, our aggressive energy, here is very determined to get what they want, and they do not actually change their mind. Like, you're not going to change their mind. It may seem like they're being friendly and they're open to your suggestion, but they're not really. They know what they want and they know they're going to get it, and no one is going to sway them away from their goal, whatever it is. And usually there's a slow and steady process to whatever it is that they're wanting, and usually what they're wanting is probably material comfort. Taurus loves money. People with Mars and Taurus want to have a lot of money, and they want to have security. Also, what they want is sexual satisfaction. This is a very earthy sexual sign. And another thing that can happen here is that they don't feel comfortable totally expressing this very primitive sexual part of themselves, that is their Mars energy coming out. They want to make it seem nice and friendly when really it's not. It's a very powerful drive in them. So what can happen is they repress this too, and then it ends up exploding at random times as well. And they can have some anger about maybe not having their sexual needs met all the time. It's very interesting with this placement. I've actually known a lot of people with it, and it seems like they are never quite satisfied with what is going on in their life. But the whole meaning of having Mars and Taurus is learning how to have that satisfaction in your life, that self-sufficiency, and being able to have what you want and working hard for it, and taking the long way and working slowly towards your goal, and then having that contentment, that satisfaction in your life that you alone completed that goal for yourself. Another thing with Mars and Taurus is that they're learning to see sex in not just a physical, self-satisfying way. They're learning how to see sex in a more spiritual, like soul connection way, embracing their polarity of Mars and Scorpio, where it's about connecting with their soul and emotionally opening up. It's not just a physical release. And yeah, with Mars and Taurus too, there seems to be this dynamic where they have this really strong sexual magnetism, and they attract other people to them that want to have sex with them, and they can kind of see other people as sexual objects in order to fulfill their own desires, and then they have other people seeing them the same way, and then they get pissed off because they don't want to be seen like that. But what they don't realize is that it's this energy that they unconsciously have where they're seeing people that way and other people are seeing them that way. But the whole purpose of it is to transcend those feelings and become more connected to people at a soul level and not just a physical attraction based level. If that makes any sense at all. It might not totally make sense if you're Mars and Taurus, you're watching this, you're thinking, what are you talking about? I'm very connected in my body. I don't really need anything except that. One day you might want to have a soul connection, and your soul is waiting there, and the soul of other people's, and you will connect, okay? It's part of your journey to not just be so physical, although you're great at it. Mars and Taurus, oh yeah, another thing. Mars and Taurus people are great at everything physical. Sports, nature stuff, like being outside. They love hiking. They love getting right up onto a mountain and standing there, maybe jumping off it, parachuting. I don't know. They love outdoor stuff. They love working out. They're very connected with the body, and I think like bodybuilders could have Mars and Taurus because it's just a very physical placement. They love working out, they love sex, they love eating, they love all of life's comforts, really. And they are motivated to pursue those things. And then at the same time that they're very motivated, there's also like a complacent laziness energy with them as well. They're kind of like, they're smug. There's an aura of smug self-satisfaction. That's what I've read about Mars and Taurus, and it's true, it's like they're lazy as at the same time that they're motivated, and I don't really know how that can work, but this placement is such a contradiction because I think it really actually is quite difficult, and I know a lot of Mars and Taurus people that just are so unsatisfied with their life, and I think it's just because they're learning their Mars. They're learning how to go after what they want and actually end up getting it, and to let go of that resentment. And there can be a lot of jealousy here too. They want what they want, and they don't want to see their partner being with anyone, flirting with anyone, and there's some ugliness with relationships here because it's very like mine. What else? They want you to be real because they feel like they are very real people, and they can't stand anything that's fake or phony, and they get really pissed off at you if they think you're just faking it or being phony or whatever, and they want real contact. They don't want to just say that you're going to do something. They want you to actually do it and be there in the physical with them is really important. They won't do like a long distance relationship well, or they wouldn't be happy in that. They want real physical closeness, and honesty is huge. Yeah, the Mars and Taurus man will attract a woman by his body. They love to show off their body, and even like they don't have to be like a fitness model or like whatever, but they just, something about the way their presence in their body is very sexy, and actually they don't end up having to say anything to the woman. The woman will come on to them because something about them is so attractive that they get turned on. And also, Mars and Taurus men don't really want to be aggressive and, really pursue you. They want you to do it because Mars and Taurus here is a little bit shy, and actually they're very self-focused. They don't want to push their energy outward to try to get you. And the Mars and Taurus woman is really attracted to a man who's stable and sturdy. They might like the bodybuilder type. They might like the really fitness guy and the guy with money. They like men that have money. Yeah, what else? What else? Very interesting placement. I'm still trying to figure it out. Actually, a lot of Mars and Taurus people, men, they end up not really liking me too much. And I have Sun in Taurus, so I really relate to Taurus energy a lot, but somehow Mars and Taurus, man kind of gets pissed off at me. I think they think that, I don't know what they think. Maybe they think that I'm too happy or phony or something like that. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, because maybe, yeah, they want you to be more there in the physical. And like me, I have a lot of friends and I like to connect with everybody, but I don't always want to hang out with everybody closely. And I think that is what pisses off Mars and Taurus, is when you're not really there. But anyways, that's just my personal thing. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't share that, but I did. So there. Anyways, comment your experiences if you have this placement. Sorry if that was a little bit negative. There's wonderful qualities about Mars and Taurus. It's very steady and persistent and really sexy too. And there's a very powerful presence that they have, and it's very attractive, and they can really get anything that they want with less effort than other Mars signs, because they will attract it, as well as if they can actually use their energies and pursue something as well as attract it, they can end up getting double of the rest of us. But it's just sometimes they get too caught up in not wanting to act. Anyways, Mars and Taurus, it is okay for you to act. It is okay for you to be sexy. It is okay for you to have what you want. Thank you for watching.